I feel like so many master classes I've been a part of is like, yeah, just always be learning, be always a student of your instrument and everything, which is great. Like I'm 100% a proponent for that. But I don't know if I've ever really heard anyone really talk about curiosity from the teacher standpoint to the benefit of the student, because some of the most impactful teachers I've had embody that. And just like each lesson is an act of exploration for them as well as it is for me.
Yes.
And I think just taking that sort of approach versus having an agenda, I love the title coach versus a teacher or a professor or something like that, because if we're doing it right, one of my favorite definitions of coach, and there's different methodologies for coaching, is the student has everything that they already need within them. And so your job as a coach is just to ask questions to bring it out of them.
Yeah.
Right. And that takes a lot of curiosity on the part of the teacher. And fostering that connection through curiosity on both sides, I think can really, talking about health, physical, emotional, psychological, the whole nine, it starts with the culture that you're creating within that environment,
Well, I also like to think too that we're nurturing souls.
Oh yeah.
We're nurturing these beings in what we do. And what a beautiful way to do that through music. And if we are doing it in the right spirit, if we're coming from the heart, and we're using our heads, but we're coming from the heart, we're able to ask the right questions. We're able to develop the curiosity in ourselves enough to understand this being. And that person that you are connecting with, they'll learn that. They'll start to develop that for themselves. Instead of berating themselves that they aren't playing better, they'll say, "What's going on today? I wonder what that is." It's strange, isn't it? Oh, well, that's what today looks like, that they have they pick up that sense of allowing things to be the way they are, and at the same time getting a little curious about it. That's kind of an interesting thing. This spurred something you said spurred another thing that I wanted to share, because when talking with teachers, you're talking to people who all have an experience that i- has been very impactful for them in terms of they've decided to be teachers. They decided to teach music. So this is a big thing for them. And whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, to shift a perception or shift a perspective that kind of has defined you up until now is really kind of triggering. And so I'm going to be doing a workshop in ASTA next week for the American String Teachers Association.
Cool.
And I'm working on the things that I want to have the teachers experience, because I think that a lot of this we can relate to if we experience it, and then we can see that shift. And in this workshop, I'm going to start out by having all the teachers in the room take a pencil in the right hand. I don't care if they're left-handed. They're going to take it in the right hand, and they're going to hold it between their thumb and their middle finger, and they're going to write instruct, but they're going to have to write it on the top line, and they're going to have to write it in block lettering. And I'm going to be very specific about it. I'm going to correct them as I walk through the room, and then we'll talk about what that experience is like for them. What is that experience like? What did you want? What were you wanting in this? And probably things like, I want to get out of here, or I am wanting approval, or I want to do it right, or what have you. Some people will feel nervous from this, having someone looking over them and imposing that instruction on them. And then we'll do it a second way where they can use either hand, they can hold it the way they want to. We're gonna explore and experiment with different things. I'll ask a lot of questions, see, you know, what it is they want to write, and we're gonna put inquire, but they can use any font they want. They can put it anywhere on the page they want so that we have a completely different experience in a writing exercise. And I think that in having those 2 experiences back to back, you really see the difference. You can feel the difference. You can experience, "Oh, my body was doing this and this and this in the first one. And in the second one, I felt very free to do what I wanted to do, and I was much more feeling safe and relaxed." And that transfers so well to what we do as teachers when we're instructing a student.
That's so cool. I hope nobody that's going to that conference just listened to that, because then they'll have gotten a spoiler.
Oh, they got a spoiler, but there's more.
Okay, good. So that was a sneak peek then.
It's a sneak peeky.
There we go.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Well, I love this conversation because everything you're saying is sparking another question that's not even on my thing. And
All right.
so I have always considered musicians to generally have pretty strong work ethics, myself included. Whether or not that work ethic is founded upon a healthy foundation is a different story. However, I feel like today we see a lot of rhetoric and conversation surrounding like kind of this camp of thinking that we've been talking about the last little bit, and the more blue collar-ish, work ethic, grindstone type of mentality in order to become a great musician, and there have been things that I've seen on social media that have kind of made me laugh a little bit, in that we get too black and white in our thinking, because some people that, and I'll just use this term, in their old school thinking and way of working on their craft, could see what we've been talking about as kind of soft, or not pushing our students. And I disagree, because quite frankly, I feel like I still have as strong a work ethic as I have ever had.
Yeah.
However, it's founded on a different thing. It's a different way of thinking.
Right.
And I'm curious, in your experience as a coach, specifically as a transformation coach, how have you found that balance with the people you coach, with students or educators, whoever they are, in a more healthy work ethic of like still working diligently on your craft to become as good as you can get.
Right.
But doing it from a place that's not like no pain, no gain, or, that type of stuff.
Right. Well, it's different for everyone. And it
Case in
depends
point.
on, what they're bringing to this. I worked with a lovely girl in the Philippines online that was preparing for a competition. And she was a violinist, and she was a wonderful player. And she came to me because she felt like she could play in a performance adequately, but there was no expression. She was totally wooden. And so we dissected a little bit what her body went through when she walked out on stage, and what
Okay.
her thinking was as she was walking out on stage. And when we looked at those, I said, "Okay, I want you to I'll call her Jane. Here's Jane over here with those thoughts and those feelings. Now let's create the Jane you want. And what would that look like? What would your experience be? What would you be feeling in your body? What would you be thinking?" And I'm not saying for you to do this. I'm not saying that this is possible or not possible or anything. Let's just spitball a little bit and see what you want. What would be ideal? And so we created that Jane. And in doing that, I realized what it was she wanted, not what I wanted for her, but what she was visualizing. And in her case, we did a lot of somatic work, a lot of imagination work, and thinking of colors, being able to come up with stories. But in addition to that, having some kind of movement or somatic response that triggered it. For example, she had a lot of stomach involvement when she got nervous. So she would have that feeling in the old Jane that she created. And briefly, those neural networks in the stomach region are connected to the oldest part of our brain. And so they're connected with the fight or flight,
Right.
right? And in most cases, when it's in your stomach, it's the not the flight or fight, actually, it's the freeze. It's the dorsal vagal response where you just want to hide
Interesting.
and play dead. So that's when she was freezing up. No wonder she was not expressing, because her body took the signal of, I'm going to play dead. And she's working through that to be able to play her performance. So we did a lot of breathing and thinking in terms of her energy coming from here when she played, coming from the heart region and the core, and not all here, so that she had all this support from a part of her body that was expressive, that was related to all the things she felt when she played, that she wanted to express when she played. And so playing with that was just a real discovery for her, because I didn't have the answers. All I could do is ask questions. Well, what does it feel
Right.
like when you did that? Did you like that? Okay, let's try something else. And we do that with her thinking as well, so that instead of thinking of, every single note and this thing coming up, thinking in terms of big sweeping phrases, so that she's always thinking of direction. So we play with that. Where's your attention right now? Well, that didn't work very well. Let's try it this way. And so yeah, when I work with somebody, it's really very personal, because everybody's different in how they respond. And we don't stay the same. We're different every day. We're different every moment. So that flexibility in our thinking and our being available for whatever it is today is part of that learning process.
Hey, thanks for tuning into this episode of Trust the Process, the official podcast of Musician Unchained, the newest coaching program dedicated to helping musicians navigate and overcome injury. But before you go, I have a few quick ways you can stay connected and support our growing community. First of all, I'd love to hear from you. Shoot me a text with the link below and share your thoughts, questions, or just say hi. You can also check the show out on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We also would love to see you in our Facebook support group, Trust the Process Podcast Injured Musician Support Group. If you found value in today's episode, consider making a donation to support our mission of empowering musicians worldwide. Every contribution helps us create more content and resources for you. So visit link number 2 below to support the mission. If you decide to donate, I'll send you my newest resource, the Injured Musician Toolkit, which is an ebook designed to give you tools to help you get through your injury. Subscribe to our newsletter to get exclusive insights, tips, sneak previews of episodes, and announcements straight to your inbox. Act now and I will send you a free gift. So sign up at www.musicianunchained.com/newsletter. And if you or someone you know would like to go deeper with me in the topics of injury and mindset, head over back to musicianunchained.com and check out the Let's Hang tab. As always, I want to thank Daniel Baldwin, my audio engineer, and my sister Dana Lovell for her help with the promotional materials. There is no podcast without them. But before I go, I want to tell you how much I deeply appreciate your time and support. You are not alone on this journey. There are musicians and educators out there who need this resource, and we need to get it to them. Together, we are breaking the chain of old habits and thought patterns that don't serve us anymore, and unchaining the potential within ourselves to face each challenge with strength and resilience. So, as I always say, keep on keeping on and keep trusting the process. Until next time.